My name is Tracy, and I'm doing my 25-day countdown to retirement as a teacher. I am in year 30 and have decided to say goodbye. It's bittersweet, but I am going to be hanging out and commuting with my husband who works out of town.
You just gotta keep living, man. L-I-V-I-N.
Most people feel that retirement is a financial milestone. It actually is a life milestone. For decades, we've been focused on retiring with money at age 65. We might have been brainwashed, or have we been brainwashed? Very few people ask in retirement whether they will have health to enjoy their last few years. Today's video is not about telling you when to retire. It's about helping you think differently about how you want to spend the next chapter of your life. Hi, I'm Mike Patel. After 30 years in real estate, I've seen what works and what can cost homeowners. Here we talk about your home, your money, and your future. So here's the thought. What if we have been focusing on the wrong finish line?
Just one more year. So I just one more yeared myself into working until I was 68, and I'm here to implore you not to repeat the mistake I made. I should have retired when I was much younger. 62 probably would have been a good number. 63 is when I lost a job, and that probably was ideal timing, but I didn't do it. And I'm here to tell you that as the voice of experience that if you can retire financially and you're able to do it, then you should, because the one thing you can't get back is time.
This is your sign. The universe is telling you it's time to travel. Here's the thing. The first time I ever went to Rome, I climbed those stairs of the Colosseum, and they're steep stairs, they're not sturdy, and I was just thinking the whole time, my parents couldn't do this. They're not physically able to climb up these steep stairs to see the views inside the Colosseum. And that's an amazing view you should get to see in your lifetime. I went to Spain recently, and you walk everywhere. It's so much easier to walk places than it is to take a cab. I took my soon-to-be ex-in-laws on their bucket list trip, and we took them to Rome, and they wanted to see all the things in Rome. And they're in their late 60s, and I can tell you that even though we kept telling them, you need to walk, you need to be practicing walking, you need to get your body ready for long walks, they didn't listen. And when they got there, they couldn't do very much. They were able to walk a little bit, but then they had to call a lot of cabs and wait in a lot of traffic. It just takes away from the experience.
Hi everybody. A few days ago I posted a video and over 1 million people watched it, and I urged people to not work until they're dead and to retire as soon as they can and enjoy their life. Tremendous response. And ironically, 48 hours later, I'm in the hospital battling something. I'm sure I'll be fine, but it sure sucks. And it got me to say, wow, I hope you guys now can follow that advice, seeing that something bad even happened to me. Please guys, get a financial advisor and do everything you can to try to enjoy the remaining years of your life.
What if the biggest retirement mistake isn't running out of money, but is running out of health and running out of time? Most of us were taught to work hard, save money, collect money, pay off your debt, and then enjoy your life. But that's not how it works. Today's retirement has been changing. At least I don't think that way. But here's the problem with that plan. Your money may last longer than your health does. That is a good thing. There is a book called Die with Zero by Bill Perkins. I read that book last year and it changed the way I think. I highly recommend that you read the book. I'll put a link in the description. It'll change the way you think about retirement, spending money in retirement, and saving money for your kids. So let's see some clips and stories about the retirement dream we were all sold on, or should I say brainwashed on.
It's official. I put in my paperwork today and I am retiring. After 24 years of teaching, I'm retiring early. Do you know how amazing that is? I'm retiring from teaching. I can't even. I'm so excited. And I just cannot wait for the next chapter to be a full-time author at home, podcaster, whatever comes my way. I am like ready for the next chapter. I'm so excited.
We've heard all this before, again and again. Work hard, save money, pay off the debts, build your retirement accounts, retire around age 65 and go travel. Then finally start living. But is that what retirement is in 2026 and beyond? The problem is many people postpone things that bring them joy while they are working, while they're raising a family, while they're paying off their debt. And they focus too much on retirement to get there at 62 or 65, at 70. They may accumulate savings, they may not. And those savings may or may not be enough for the retirement. Today's statistics show that most retirees today are in a financial burden. So what we were taught has not worked. Retirement isn't guaranteed. Healthy retirement is even less guaranteed. So let's talk about time in our retirement years.
The top 3 tips for healthy aging. The first one is to move your body regularly. It could be as intense as going to a gym and doing a workout, or it could be as simple as going out for a walk. Number 2 is to eat a healthy, nutritious, balanced diet. Your diet, your meals should have all the ingredients such as grains, vegetables, fruits, legumes, seafood, and a small portion of the meat as well. The top 3rd one is to have a good night's sleep. Prioritize your sleep, develop healthy sleeping habits, and you will see that how nice it'll make you feel. So even though your life is busy, you can do these 3 things and see that how you can change the trajectory of your aging. So are you going to give it a try?
Hi. Hi. I've always loved nature, but since we've gotten in shape and oh man, it is just unreal here. And you wouldn't have been able to enjoy it a year ago.
I appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah. We would have got out of the parking lot, walked around, saw a big tree, and got back in our car.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired, but no, we would have said, tired and got back in the car.
It's hot or it's too cold or made some excuse.
And now I'm like, we're not even a mile in. We got to go.
I know. We're still
go.
We're taking our time on this one, that's for sure, because it is so beautiful here. Vicky, how long do we get to live here?
Or a chapter. Or a season, however you look at it.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Most people understand life expectancy. Very few understand healthy life expectancy. Living longer doesn't mean always living a fulfilled life. Many Americans spend years saving for retirement while completely ignoring the one investment that matters most, their health. It's very important in the older years that we maintain mobility, stay active, keeping our independence, keeping our social life healthy, and having enough energy to enjoy what you worked for all these years. Do you have that energy that you worked all these years for? If not, you can still get it back by eating healthy, by moving your body, by doing some social interactions, and a lot of other things. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. You can always make more money, but you can't buy back time. You can't buy back healthy living if you are suffering. And many Americans, especially retirees, have a lot of health issues. Look at all the hospitals with seniors. They're always full. When was the last time a doctor took you on time? Never. And it'll never change. That means there's long lines in those doctors' offices, in those hospitals. One thing is for sure, you can't make more healthy years. And many retirees who meant well, who worked hard, tried to save, tried to pay off debt, still have regrets.
It's been 24 hours since I retired, and I'm feeling every emotion imaginable. Anxious, nervous, excited. After 30 years in a high-stress leadership role, the phone is silent. No work text, no emails, no calls asking me to solve one more problem. Just peace. And honestly, that kind of quiet feels unfamiliar. Then it hit me. I don't miss the chaos, I'm just learning to live without it. For 3 decades, I built a career. Now I get to build a life. This isn't the end of my purpose. It's the beginning of my freedom. The stress will fade, the peace will grow, and the new chapter will become home. If you're standing at the edge of a new beginning, remember this. Sometimes the biggest leap of faith leads to the greatest life you've ever lived.
Apparently, I hit a crazy nerve with a lot of women who have been mentioning that they want to all maybe gather a group together to travel or to actually move overseas together, because we kind of all want to do it, but we're all afraid to do it solo. So I'm just literally kicking some ideas around about how we would go about and do that. And I'm thinking maybe we'll start off with some extended vacations or trips.
What is a big mistake that you have made or a big regret that you have?
Not being kind enough and generous enough. Getting too caught up in someone hurt my feelings or they didn't do things the way I thought, and getting rigid about it instead of just going, you know what, it'll all work out in the end.
What advice would you give, I guess, based on that knowledge and those experiences you've had?
I don't know. It would be mainly don't worry about stuff and just do what interests you. Don't worry about what people think. Don't worry about the feedback you're getting. Take the feedback because that helps you refine what you're working on and it could be useful, but just stop worrying so much and just do something interesting.
Very few say that I wish I worked more. Many say I wish I traveled more or started traveling earlier or spent more time with the kids or with family or friends or even working peers. Regret usually isn't about money, not at all. It's usually of two things: health and how they spend the time with their loved ones. What is the one thing that you have been putting off until retirement? Or what is your one regret? Please share with us. Many retirees have homes that may be paid off or may not be paid off. So is your home helping you in your retirement?
Well, I'm down to the last remnants of my 3-bedroom, 2-bath house and trying to get rid of everything and squeeze everything I have left into a small downtown condo. I've been selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and then I've gotten the last of it all out here into the living room, and then all I'll have left is to get the art off the walls and then go donate what's left that I can't sell. Then after that, everything I own will be in a small downtown apartment, and if I get hit by a bus, my kids won't have to come and shuffle through decades worth of accumulated junk and worthless crap. And as a real estate broker for 30 years, I've seen countless families come into their dead mother, dead grandparents' house and have to try to figure out what to do with all that shit. It's really kind of a mean thing to do, to leave your kids to have to go through all of that. But if you're an empty nester, baby boomer, or older, no more kids living at home with you, start getting rid of your shit. It's between the funeral and everything else they're going to have to do, why make your kids go through decades worth of accumulated things that nobody really wants? You should really get rid of that stuff now and not leave that burden to whoever you leave behind. That's what I'm doing.
The next step in our retirement journey, we sold our big place. We are downsizing. This house where I'm sitting in the family room right now is roughly about 3,000 square feet of residence, which was great when there were 4 of us living in the place, but now that it was just my wife who was living here, not exactly what we needed. So we sold it this past week, moved everything out, gave away all kinds of stuff, left things for the new owners, tossed a lot of things in our hopes to set ourselves up for our travel journey in a community where people can look out for our homes. We're near the beach, so when we are home, we have plenty of places to vacation. We're in the New York metro area, so we have theaters and we have concerts and all kinds of wonderful cultural activities. So that's going to be our home base, our new half size of what we owned previously residence. So we are looking forward to cramming everything we own into the tiniest place we've ever lived in and starting our retirement journey this coming June.
Let me let you in on a little secret about becoming an empty nester. Turns out we were completely wrong about what this part of our life would feel like. When our kids first left, I thought the big years were behind us. Empty nest doesn't mean your story's over. It just means life isn't revolving around swim meets and football and all that stuff anymore. And we loved every second of that. Now, don't get me wrong, but grab dinner with friends, go to concert, take a road trip just because we can. I think that's the part that shocked our kids the most, especially the amount of concerts we went to. Hey, Dermot Kennedy, we'll see you in October.
As we're building Sweet Olive Cove, we keep coming back to one question. Will they want to come back home? That's why we've added extra bedrooms, and we're going to have bunk rooms for the grandkids. We don't see just a house. We see Christmas mornings, Thanksgiving mornings. We see SEC football Saturdays, fishing off the dock, grandkids running through the yard, garden, big breakfasts where everybody's still in their pajamas. We're building a place where the noise comes back.
And that's the part nobody really prepares you for. Empty nest is the second act. You spend years raising everyone, and then one day you realize you get to build something simply because it brings you joy. At first, it feels almost wrong. You should be asking someone, what's the schedule? And then it hits you. This is your life, right? You're on your schedule. You can go fishing. You can do what you want to do. And honestly, it's a beautiful part of the life to be in.
As a homeowner, especially if it's paid off, it's probably one of your biggest assets. In America, the biggest asset that people own is their house or houses or rental property, but the personal residential is their biggest house. How well are you using it in your retirement? So your house now, is it creating freedom or is it creating stress? In many areas today, for the last 3, 4, 5 years, several things have happened where their homes have become a high stress financially and maintaining it and keeping it to par. Property taxes, I'm sure in your areas, like in most of the areas, have really gone sky high if you look at the last 3, 4, 5 years. Insurance rates have doubled. If you have maintenance cost, which we all do, upgrades, maintenance, things break, air conditionings break, roofs leak, we have to fix it, and that costs a lot of money. If you are in a homeowners association, they have doubled, quadrupled, etc. So if you're on a fixed income, an average expense for an American today, especially retired, is about $4,100 a month. And the average Social Security check today is about $2,075. So there's a $2,000 difference. And if you're on fixed income, when things happen to your house, when the property tax increases, when insurance increases, things happen out of your budget, you put up on a stress. And a lot of Americans today have been put on that financial stress. Yes, they have a lot of equity in their house. The house may be paid off. It may be worth $250,000, $500,000, $1 million or more, but they cannot touch it because to touch that money, you have to refinance or use a HELOC, home equity line of credit, and then you have to pay mortgage on it. And if you sell it, you may not want to move because you want to stay near your kids, or you may want to stay near a hospital or your church, etc. So having all that equity doesn't help. So the question is your house helping you or is it a burden to you?
Minnesotan Patty Beldy retired and left her St. Paul home of 40 plus years behind for the country in Cambridge, Minnesota.
Oh, and there's my chickens. My sons and daughter kept on saying, why don't you look into those tiny homes and you can put it on one of our properties.
And that's exactly what she did. At around 500 square feet, her home is about 1/4 the size of the average American home, and it sits just feet away from her new job, taking care of her 2 grandkids.
They're affordable, and you can still live. All of your money isn't being taken away.
Hustle culture has gotten so bad. The corporate grind has gotten so bad that we can't take care of our own places anymore. We're too busy working day after day in, hours and hours every week, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And we wonder why we can't take care of our own properties anymore. Well, it's because we're too busy. We're working all the time. This is what our economy has done to us. This is what the corporations have done to us. This is what the system has done to us. This is the end result. Now, granted, this is just an old house, but I wanted to use this as an example as to what we're seeing, the slow decline. As we're working all the time, chasing the American dream, the dollar, this is what happens. We don't have time to take care of our property. We hardly got time to cut our grass. do the maintenance on our houses. This is what they're doing to us. They're destroying the very fabric of our country. I'm hoping you guys are seeing this, because this is what we're facing. Every day, everywhere we go, we see more of this. Everywhere we go, this is what America's heading to. This is what it's going to look like in another 20 years.
One of the things that we may have to do, or one of the things that we may be forced to do, is to downsize or sell the house, move in with the kids, or move in with brothers or sisters. You have to adjust if you cannot keep up financially. And a lot of Americans today cannot maintain the financial stress, the maintenance stress, the cost of everything increasing. Not only property tax, insurance, maintenance, but utilities, your groceries, your health bills, your doctor's bills, your prescriptions. Everything is getting expensive. And many retirees are on fixed income, and the math does not work. If you have fixed income and your expenses are not fixed and they double, triple every 2 or 3 years, you do the math, it just does not work. Sometimes the smartest financial decisions isn't making your home work for you. It's making your home work for you. How will you use your equity, or how are you using your equity?
We're on a flight, her first flight, and his first flight. Have to go, Maddie.
It was scary at first, but we made it.
What about you?
It was fine.
Was it scary?
Yeah, a little bit at first.
We had a lot of problems. We did. We got on the plane, and then we had to vacate the plane and get on another plane. But we're here, safe and sound.
How touching. That's what retirement is about. Grandma taking her grandkids on a first-time flight. Hope they enjoyed.
Are you hurting after 4 days of golf?
No.
No?
Beautiful. Good job. Very nice. Little bump and runner.
I don't know what keeps bringing me back. It's frustrating to be a golfer. One day you're good, and then when you're good, the next day you're not good. In your mind, you're going to think you're good, and then you're not good. I'm going to go hit this ball, and who knows where it'll go. But you know what? I know for sure I'll be back in a couple of days, and I'll do this whole frustrating sport again. Have a good day.
Sometimes frustrations can be the happiest days of your life. Retired life. What do you want to do? Travel, teach others, have social life that you did not have previously, spend more time with the kids, spend more time with family, spend more time with friends. Let us know. Please share. Every one of us has a limited number of healthy years ahead of us. None of us knows exactly how many. That's why retirement planning isn't only about building wealth. It's about creating memories while you still can. Don't postpone everything waiting for that perfect moment or the perfect year. Sometimes the perfect time is now. The richest retirees aren't always the ones with the biggest portfolios. They're often the ones who use their healthy years wisely. Don't let retirement become just another date on the calendar. Plan your money, protect your health, make memories, spend your times wisely, however much time you have left. Of course, it could be 1 year, could be 5 years, could be 20 more years. So time is more valuable now than it was before you retired. Spend time with people you love. Use your home as a tool to create freedom, not just an asset to maintain and drain your retirement savings. Because one day you won't wish you'd make a little more money. You'll wish you had more time, and you wish you had more healthy times. What's one dream you have been putting off until someday? Let us know.